Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are enjoying your Wednesday morning so far and having a wonderful week. It's been a little bit crazy here in Boise the last day or so. We've had a little bit of rain, which has been kind of nice. I have a teacher that always says rain is blessings returning to the earth, and so I love thinking about that anytime it rains. If this is your first live with me, I'm Jenny Hoskins, and I am the creator of the Peaceful Parenting Method, and I teach parents how to confidently raise respectful, resilient, and responsible kids. Do you guys like my new little headline that I have? So I want to tell you a little funny story about that. So my boyfriend was like, "Hey Jenny, it'd be really cool if you had this like little banner in your Facebook Live so people knew exactly what it was you were offering." And so I was like, "Well, what if I just like held up a little piece of paper that said free parenting tips," which was kind of cute idea. But then he's like, he went to YouTube and kind of went in research mode, and he's like, actually, there's a way that you can create your own and just make it look a little bit more professional. So that's what I've done, and it's kind of cool. So today I want to talk to you guys about 3 sneaky types of positive praise and how they can backfire and what to do instead. So number one, also, if you guys stick to the end, I have a really special announcement that I want to share with you, so stay tuned, okay? All right, the first type of positive praise that can actually backfire is what I call outcome-oriented praise or conditional praise. And what I mean by this is the type of praise that focuses solely on achievement, solely on outcome, the grade the child got, the game that they won, scoring the goal, reaching the goal, getting the achievement, making the team, whatever it is. When we have goal-oriented praise, we are focusing only on that outcome, okay? And now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with striving towards excellence, right? We want our kids to strive towards excellence. However, if we only focus on the outcome, there's this whole picture that we're missing, right? Many of you are familiar with the iceberg analogy, where on the top of the iceberg you see there's all the stuff that's the measurable, objective stuff that you can see that's happened, the actual achievement, the goal that was accomplished, that thing that happened. But underneath the iceberg, you see that you don't see. You see all the hard work. You see all the tears, the perseverance. You see all the effort, the failure, the positive attitude, the hard work, the beliefs, everything that went into that achievement. And that's a big piece of it. And not only that, but that's a big piece of it that the child actually has control over, right? They have control over their actions. They have control over their beliefs. They have control over their attitude. They don't always have control over the outcome, okay? And I want to give a little example. So let's take 2 kids, for example. We have child A, we have child B, okay? Child A is, really good at test taking. They don't really have to study. They don't really have to work hard. They just go in, they take the test, they ace it, easy peasy. So nothing wrong with that. That's just one of their skill sets that just happens to come very easily to them. So that's great. But let's look at child B. Okay, child B, not the best test taker, but they work hard. They study every day. They put in the work. They have a positive attitude. They go in, they take the test, and maybe they get the C. Now, if we were only focusing on that grade, we missed that whole process that went into that. All the hard work, the positive attitude, everything that went into that. And we want to make sure that we're helping kids honor that process, okay? Now, not to say that we're not going to look at that situation and say, hey, what can we do differently next time so we can maybe have a slightly different outcome, Can we study differently in a way that's going to accommodate your learning style? Or, why is it that you have such a hard time with test taking? Do you get anxious? Do you get worried? Do you get distracted? And what are some systems that we can put in place to alleviate that moving forward? Okay, so that's the first thing, focusing on process-oriented praise versus conditional-oriented praise. And I want to give you a couple of examples of process-oriented praise. So number one, you could say, great job. You took responsibility for your work. You took responsibility for that project. I'm proud of you. Okay. Or you could say, you worked really hard on that. Or you had such a positive attitude, or that was such a creative solution to that problem. Way to go. So those are types of process-oriented praise. The second type of positive praise, sneaky positive praise that can actually backfire, is when you're using non-specific positive praise. It's not very descriptive. And I think this is helpful for, everybody, older kids, but I think particularly for younger kids when they're first learning how to navigate their social world, right? They're just learning the social rules and learning what the boundaries and expectations are within their home, within their community. We want to give them as much information as possible. We want to be very explicit about what it is that we're expecting of them, so they know exactly what they're doing and they're getting that feedback. Okay, so let me give you an example. So something that's sort of non-specific would just be saying good job, right? And there's nothing wrong with throwing this in every now and again. We just want to be very intentional and mindful when we're giving feedback, right? That's going to actually be helpful for the child. So helpful feedback that's more descriptive might be something like, thank you for picking up your toys so quickly. And that was super helpful for mom and dad, right? Or, good job. Let's see. I noticed that you had a positive attitude during that project, and I saw you, and it was frustrating and it was challenging, but you persevered through it and you remained optimistic during that whole process. Way to go. That's so inspiring to me, right? Or you could say, something like, that was really, kind of you, and that interaction with your friend. I noticed how you shared with them. Way to go. So you're actually telling them explicitly what it is that they're doing. Okay. The third type of positive praise that can actually backfire, and this kind of goes along with the last type of praise that I use, which is, non-descript type of praise, but this is kind of excessive and empty praise that sort of, just not really doesn't have a lot of intention and thoughtfulness behind it. So we're just kind of monotonously kind of saying, yeah, good job, way to go, without really thinking about it. Okay. And an easy way to alleviate this is just by simply being present, and being intentional, being mindful, being genuine and authentic, right, with the praise. And also to just kind of mix things up a little bit, and to know that you don't always have to give verbal praise. There's lots of different types of body language that we can use in order to encourage kids. Maybe it's just simply being present with them. Maybe just simply showing up and just being there, right? That's a type of encouragement in and of itself. Or maybe it's just give them nucks, or give them a high five, or a thumbs up, or maybe it's seeing them across the room and noticing something cool and kind of just giving them a nod, yeah, good job, way to go, or just give them a wink, there's so many different ways that we can encourage our children. And so I just want to encourage you to mix it up a little bit. Give some of these a try and let me know how it goes. Now, are we always going to be able to use process-oriented praise? And, are we always going to be able to be very explicit with the type of praise that we give? Are we always going to be able to mix things up? No, right? I mean, it's unrealistic to expect to be on our game 100% of the time, right? And there's going to be days where we're tired, and we just got to give our kind of go-to positive praise that we have sort of in our little toolbox, right? Or also sometimes we want our kids to show up and just to do the thing, just for the sake of doing it without any sort of positive praise. Okay. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, please like, share, or comment. And as promised, I have a special announcement. So I have been working really hard on a special project, and I'm going to be rolling it out in the next few weeks. So I'll be giving more details about that soon. So please stay tuned. Until then, have a wonderful day. And remember, it's not about being a perfect parent. It's about loving and learning to grow and helping your child how to too. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.